Hi, in this tutorial, we will learn together the basic operation applies to XML files in Python. We already covered the basic operation applied to a text file, and we will be covering today the XML files. In the next tutorial, we will cover also JSON and CSV files, and by this we will cover the majority of files that you will cover, or we will use them during your real project. Extensible markup language, or XML, is a useful way to store data that is easy for both humans and machines to understand. As a markup language, the XML organizes and transmits data while maintaining readability and compatibility. It is particularly useful for representing the data that comes in a graph or the data that comprises nodes and edges. This is the basic tutorial for XML files. We will never go much in details. We will be covering the basic operation that is applied to an XML file. We will use the module from the XML package that comes with the Python. And we will especially highlight the elementary module for reading or for parsing the XML file. Now we will start importing the module, which is the elementary. We will use import XML dot E3. Okay, dot. Inside this, there is a module called elementary as ET. Okay, so what is inside this module? Before going to covering the modules located inside the ET, methods, functions, attributes, let us just recap how can we know the path where this module is. So we can directly print ET, so we will find this path is located, or the ET module is located within this path, and we learn together to know the whole attributes and the classes. We can print dir of this ET object, and we will see the majority, or the whole, not the majority, but all methods and attributes. And as you see here, there is a special methods. So we can use like more modern way to retrieve only function or only classes within this ET module, or any module we learn together. So we can use inspect, for example. So I will use from inspect module. Okay, I want to import get members to list the whole attribute, or the whole method, or the whole classes, or functions. I want also to import is class, and I want to import is function. Look at this form. I want to look for the name, which is the name of this attribute or method or a class, and the member. Okay, if this member is a class or method, and get member, which is imported here from inspect. I want to pass now two arguments for this get member. The first one is the object or the module, which is ET here. Okay, and I want here to print the name. Okay, or if let us to add condition, if name, okay, dot start with. We learned in string tutorial that I can use start with method to pass this underscore to list now the whole special methods. Okay, print name. Okay, or this whole special function. Let us to print. So I have syntax error here. Okay, so as you see here, I listed the whole special methods and the class, and that is not what I want. I want to use non-special. I want to use the public one. So I want to add not here. So I will retrieve the whole methods, okay, and the class. Now I can pass also here the predictor. The predictor here, for example, I want to use is the class to see which class that comprises inside this module. And as you can see here, we have element and we have element tree. And I say that we will use element tree module or a class here. This one is located inside the ET. So you can use inspect not just for this ET, for any module you want to like quickly recap or know what inside is. So I will use element tree and element out of all classes here. Because this covers the basic operation that you will perform to the Excel file, and I want to say is function, and is function here can be run like this, and inside this function I will to use a from string, and I want to use parse also method to analyze the XML file here, and to a string method to convert the node object to a string. And now we have to remember that XML is a tree of elements, okay, where the tree is a data structure in which each node, other than the root node, has a single parent, and each node can have a child or a children. Or it cannot, okay? So the root node, there are some branches, or there will be some child elements, and there is possibility to any node to not to contain even a child element. As we say that we will use element and element tree out of this, and we use toString and from string and parse to read or parse the element. Now, inside the XML file, okay, I already created XML file here. When I open this, inside the XML file, there are some attributes, okay, or some elements. So this is called elements, okay, and here we give tag for this element, okay, using, for example, investor, and here is the root node, which is the crypto, okay. So as we say that the XML document or file is a tree where each node here, okay, is considered as an element, and each element, okay, so this is node, this is element, this is node, this is element, and each element is represented as pair of tags. So we have the pair of tag, and this should contain, okay, the slash, and we have the start and end. This is the start tag, and this is the end tag. What is in between this tag? There could be like an attribute. Okay, so for this tag, there could be like ID equal, for example, sorry, I incorrectly added this, so I can say ID equal to 35. So I have here the inside the tag, I can have a pair of key and value. This is the key and value, and I can have text, okay, between this tag. So each element can contain text between tags, or inside the tag we can have a special attributes, or we can contain another element. How to contain another element? For example, I can add also here another tag, or like a branch. For example, we can add instead of investor, we can add any child here, for example, child branch. This could be like permission, if we will give this permission, and this should be like investor, okay. And here we can add whatever we want to this file, okay. So let me just go back Control Y, sorry, because I did some mistake here. Okay, so let's remove all of these. Okay, let's go back to the editor now and start with encoding, with decoding. So we imported the AT module. The first step is to create the tree object. What is the tree object here? I want to use from this AT module, I want to use get root. Okay, so I have this AT. So the first step, sorry, is to parse the file. So I have XML file. I want to parse, to analyze this, okay, using the XML library here. I want to use et.parse as a first stage, and I want to pass the path of the file. I have the file here, which is the same name here, and I can print the root of this tree. Okay, so the root with the tree.get root. Okay, and now I can print the root. We will see this root is nothing but a memory address, and this crypto is the main tag of the parent here in the crypto tag, and I can use the et. Okay, I want to convert this to string, et to string, and I can pass the root here. Okay, so I converted now this object to string to be readable, and now as you can see here, the this line print the tree, and it print the root node here, and it print all other nodes, okay, or child node. And as you can see here, we start with B, so this format is the byte string, okay, representation. What I can do also, I can print the main tag, which is here. I can print the value of this. Let us just check here. I have this key, and I can print the e-pound. Okay, so what I can say, I want to print the root. Okay, get. I want to pass this coin. Okay, because this is the key, and as you see, e-pound has been retrieved. Okay, so this is a very basic operation that can be started. I can add to the main node, I can add another attribute. For example, I can add like a pair of like a new start. For example, let us remove this. I want to use the root here, .set. .set is a method that will add to the root, okay? I can, for example, add start new. If start new, this will be the first argument. The second will be like 16, like this year, 2023, but sorry, this should be represented in a string representation. Let us so use any random date. And now, so I want to check now if this has been added. This is not added. I have to comment this. Okay, I want to show you how to comment this later. So if I want to print the root attribute, and I will see here the whole attribute that I have the coin, I have start, and I have starting new, but the starting new is not located in the XML file itself. So what can I do is to write. If I want to write, I will commit this. I will commit this in modification to the file. Okay, so it doesn't locate it in the file. So I will see 3.write, 3.write, and I will use the same file here. Let us copy and paste it as it. If I execute this, then I will find a starting new has been committed to the file. Okay, now I can retrieve the whole investor using the tree.find all, but this will be retrieved as a memory address. Okay, so that's why I deleted this. Let us add this line. If I want to use a printed tree dot find all, I want to find all investors, okay, investors, not investors. Then, as you will see here, these are the memory address of the investor. If I want to add, for example, an attribute inside the investor, I want to give each investor a special ID. Okay, so what can I do here? I will add this. Sorry, oops. So let's import here a library or a module which is UUID. Okay, so from UUID import UUID4, which will give like a unique identifier. I will loop now for investor in tree, but a tree.find all. Okay, to find all investors, investor, not investors. Be careful here to use the same name here, investor. What we will do here, I will do here, I will to add investor.set. What I want to set, I want to set ID here. What I want to do here, I want to use UUID4. This is a string, this is UUID4. Okay, and I want to, let's commit this one. I want to check the file, doesn't update it. But if I commit now, I want to go to the file, I will see each investor has its own ID. Okay, but if, for example, look at this. This is end with 475. If I read this again, this will be to EB2. This is irreducible. Later we will learn how can we use irreducible in this tutorial file. So far, so good. So now I added a new UUID. What if I want to add a new investor here? I want to add a new element. There are two methods to do that. How can I do that? Either I can to do that using the new element, okay, by adding the investor, okay, by explicitly adding this. How can you do that? I can say investor, okay, investor equal, and the first thing is to use et, okay. We used toString and before, just to convert the element to string. Now I want to use a from string, and this from string will take this expression. This first will be the start and end tag. We will use the same tag, which is investor. Okay, here, and I will use investor in this here. You can use any pair of tags, so this will be added also. But I want to add to what exit. What I can add, for example, Mira Alex, for example here. The next step is to append. So I want to say root.append. Okay, I want to append investor. Then I have to write again. So I will see here I have Mira Alex has been added. Okay, but we don't have attribute for this. Okay, but it is correctly added. The second step, or the second way, so this is the first way, is to explicitly add this from a string, and the second way, let's use as it, we will use element. I say that we will use et.bars, and we use et.from a string, and I want to use et.element. Okay, so now the investor here will be et, okay, et.element, and I want to just give the name, which will be investor. Okay, sorry, this should be investor. Okay, after giving the name, I have to add the text between the tag, which is here. Okay, the second one is to give the name, the text. So investor. Okay, the text, which will be what, for example, say Noor Ali, for example. Okay, this is the text. The next step is to retrieve the appendant here. Okay, so we can append and we can write, and we will see here also I have Mira Alex, okay, and I have here Noor Ali has been added, okay. So this has been added. Now I want to remove all of these, okay, and even the UUID. I want to do Control Z, okay, just to remove also this tag, okay, and I don't have any UUID. Now, suppose you are working in the project and each one should contain unique ID but reproducible, meaning that this, if you want to rerun the code, then you should reproduce the same ID. Okay, so this should be irreproducible. So the last one, okay, if you go here, okay, these can be can be changed. Okay, so this is irreproducible, and we want to use a reproducible ID. Okay, so I can retrieve the same ID when I rerun the code. Okay, now let's save everything here. So what I need here to use the first thing I want to generate from random generator. So I want to import random. Okay, random module. I want to import UUID. Okay, I want to fix the random generator here from random.random. So this is a fixed random generator, and this R&D will have seed, and this seed, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this is an independent random generator that will generate numbers. Okay, and this number will be taken from this seed. So each time you will have the same number. What can I do? Now let's comment this. I can do for investor, okay, or for I, just not for the beginners, they will be confused. For I or for investor, where in 3, okay, find all what? Or why I use this bracket, I think. And I want to find an investor. Then what I have to do? The first thing, I want to generate a random UUID, and this random UUID will be from UUID, which is the main library. I want to use empty UUID, and I give the condition to generate, okay, this from R&D, okay, dot, which is the random generation dot get bits. I want to use with length of 128 bits, okay, and I need from UUID version 4. So this each time will produce a unique ID, okay. Now I want to say investor or I, okay, dot set, which is here the same investor. I want to set ID as a key, and I want to set str from random UUID, okay. And so I have here I, and I have to find all investor, and I have this line, and I now want to comment this. If I remove this, now let's see the file. I have the ID. Just look to this ID. This ID starts at 7B and end with 53. If I run again, then I will have the same unique ID that has assigned to this object. Okay, that's good. Okay, what if I want to retrieve, for example, from this medium, I want to retrieve this text based on the ID. Look, this is the expression that you can do. So investor here will be 3, okay, which I already created. So the first thing is to parse the file, then to get the root, okay. How to parse the file? Parsing the file will build the tree. So if I come to say tree.find, not find all, I want to find unique. This is the expression. I use string, then dot and slash, and I can say investor. This should be like investor, not any different tag, okay, because it's tagged here with investor. Then I use a square bracket, okay, square bracket or a bracket. So then I add at, okay, ID because it is the key. Then I, okay, choose this one, okay. I want to use this for medium. Please keep in mind this expression if you want to retrieve the name. So you need to use dot slash investor, then the bracket at ID equal, and you will have also the inner string. Print investor, okay, you will have a memory address. Just use dot text to retrieve the text, and you will have Miriam Mohammed. Okay, that's good. So far so good. What if I want to print the whole tag I have in the tree? What I do, I print tree dot tag, tree dot tag, okay, nothing, but it is tag, okay. Sorry, it should be root, sorry, not the tree, it should be root dot tag. Then I have the main tag, okay, that I have here. I can print the whole tag. We have to loop to print the whole tag, okay. Just we print the main tag, which is the tag for the parent, okay, or for the root node. Now I can print the third element. This is the first, the second, the third. This will be with index of 2 because 0, 1, 2. I want to print root of 2, okay. I had it, we have this now. And what can we do? Also, I can print the tag of this element. What is the tag of this element? I just use the tag. This is investor. Yeah. So this here, the tag is investor, but the tag for the root is the crypto. We can print, instead of the tag, we can print the attribute. I have all attribute, which is the ID. Okay. I can loop to print the text and attribute. For example, for x in root, okay, in the root, I want to print the x dot tag, okay. I print the whole tag. I have the whole investor here, and I can print the x dot attribute. I print the whole attribute, the whole IDs that is located here, and I can print the text also, x dot text, okay. And now we, to retrieve the text that is represented within the tags, we use this. I can also print or retrieve the text based on the key using this argument. I think I covered the whole basic operation that you will face during your real life. Thank you, and in the next tutorial we will cover together other type of files that is used in Python. Keep in mind that we already covered the text file, and this is XML file. And what is comparable to XML file is the JSON file, which are the lightweight version of XML, and we will see that in the next tutorial.